Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Find Me Alpha LCS. It is a Wednesday, and I'm not really sure what else is going on. I was the last minute addition to this cast alongside my friend Opie, if he's around.
I am here.
I am not amused.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's do this.
let's do this. We have S10, Season 10, I Hardly Know Her versus Heroes of the Storm. Let's pull up the rosters here right now. Let's take a look at them. Starting in the top lane for Season 10 is Juiced by Daddy, Jungle Neil the Steel, Mudkip's captain is in the mid lane, Freedom Penguin, the 80 carry, and Revan CE in support. What do you think of this roster?
Well, you've got in the bot lane, you've got Freedom Penguin coming off a pretty strong performance in the bot lane this past week. So I think they're doing pretty well. I mean, if I'm correct, they are even in their wins and losses right now. I think they're 4-4.
Which one? Season 10?
No, Heroes of the Storm.
Oh, Heroes of the Storm. See,
Oh, sorry, I thought that's what we were talking about. Season 10. Season 10, on the other hand, they are on the other side. I think they're at the top of the Gold Division right now, sitting 5-1, very strong on their. I mean, they seem like they're very cohesive as a team. They all tend to make the plays at the right times, so hopefully looking just for more consistency from them. But as I was going with Heroes of the Storm, they were coming off a strong win. Bot lane with Freedom Penguin there, with leading the way, make it a strong case. So they're looking to even better their positioning in the standings coming here into, what is this, week 6? 5?
This is week 5.
Week 5. Perfect. So.
Yeah, this Season 10 team played against them once, and they're pretty strong. Freedom Penguin in the bot lane is a very good carry, and then Neil the Steel seems to be taking over a lot of jungle games, so I'm looking forward to see what they do to here today. Switching over to Heroes of the Storm, we got Big Dick Jimmy in the top lane, Urion in the jungle, Super Hoagie in the mid lane, Master Fan 24 at 80 carry, and No Not November at support. So what do you think of this team so far?
Like I said, they've been pretty solid. They're pretty cohesive, even if they've had some interesting picks of champions so far. So
that's for sure.
I mean, I think that's the biggest thing, is if you work together as a team, you're going to win as a team.
Yeah, I mean,
it's shown so far.
Ooh, hey, thank you, Packer Diehard, for subscribing. We heart you. Yo. Anyways, Super Hoagie right now currently holds the record for most kills in a game playing Cassiopeia. So it'll be a little interesting to see if S10 lets Super Hoagie play Cassiopeia, or if they say, no, enough of that nonsense. We're not doing that.
Well, and with the meta as it is right now, very big beefy CC champs are the thing, and that is one way to shut down a Cassiopeia, is just CC her and then she dies. She can obviously come up with the clutch ults, but yeah, I mean, you get a Nautilus, for instance, on the other side, and it makes it very easy to pull her back in.
Yeah. Speaking of Nautilus, No Not November, quite the Nautilus one trick, actually. Stream is R. I don't know what we're doing here. Alright, so it looks like teams are ready to start draft. And I think we are just going to transition right over it, and here it goes. Draft is starting. S10 is on blue side, and they are immediately going to take away the LeBlanc. It's a little interesting. In my
Taking
opinion.
the LeBlanc away from Hoagie does play it. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't know everybody's most played champions anymore because things have changed so much. But yeah, I mean, LeBlanc is very good. You see it a lot in the pro scene right now, especially You're seeing it in the LCS because of the super strong pick potential. And just being able to dodge all the CC, you just weave in and out. So, strong ban.
Now we're joined by our friend Happy by 3. What's up, dude?
Oh,
We're also live.
I didn't know we had 2 people already. Also, hello, everyone else.
Yes, we are currently live as we see the Kayn banned away here from Neil the Steel. Kayn being very strong for Neil. One of the things I really like about that Kayn pick is that he can get all over the place really quickly by going through the walls. And immediately we see Urion's Rengar go away. Bye-bye, kitty.
Yeah, that's not a shock at all.
Not a shock at all.
Rengar's not the strongest in the current meta, but Urion definitely knows how to play that to a very strong effect. And especially if you get Ocean, you get Ocean Drakes going, and it changes the map over. Pretty good with all the bushes to hide in
We like
and jump from.
You know, you should think about the words you say before you say those words.
Nope, not thinking about him at all as we see the Aphelios
Definitely
banned away
what he said.
immediately here from Freedom Penguin. Freedom Penguin is a very strong Aphelios player, so I think this is a good ban by Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, just a very strong ADC overall, and Aphelios is super strong right now.
And there goes Cassiopeia, so no Cassiopeia for Super Hoagie. No surprise there. I mean, you're not going to get the record holder, his record champion.
And then also, banning away the Caitlyn from Freedom Penguin now. That's not another surprise as well. Caitlyn also being super strong with the range, and just such a bully in lane, can put the other AD carries so far behind by herself.
Immediately here we see a Sivir first pick. Gonna lock in that AD carry right away.
Another strong champion that Freedom has played, a very PMA LCS style champion. Can be very oppressive in lanes, and I mean, it's also not a bad option to pick early, so that way you're not getting even more of the ADC pool banned away.
Yo, not for nothing, but if you've got 2 already, do you guys want me to hang around, or do you think you're cool with 2?
It's up to you.
I'm fine hanging, but I'm going to cast a lot this weekend, and 3 tends to get crowded.
Alright, that's fine.
Plus, I got stuff to do tonight anyway. I was just trying to put stuff off. Maybe this is a sign I should do my work.
It is a sign from the league gods.
I mean, I'm just going to go in the other room and watch the game, let's be honest.
Alright, bro. Well, thanks for stopping by.
See you in chat.
Well,
alright, so we see the Lucian and the Trundle locked in. Lucian has sort of made a resurgence here as well. I mean, it's decent enough because you can dodge around the Sivir Q and try and get in that press the attack damage. And then Trundle is... I'm never a fan of Trundle, I'm going to be honest.
What do you mean you're not a fan of Trundle?
No, I'm just not. Especially when you're you're picking it blind into both the enemy top laner and jungler.
That's true.
Because it's just so easy to get picked on afterwards. Like, it's great to pick Trundle, especially if you're going into, a beefy, against a beefy matchup, because, you ulti steal the stats and you're good to go. But, yeah, we'll see. And
it does kind of take away the idea that you don't really want to play a tank now, as we're going to see more of some bruiser type things with the Warwick. Morgana also picked up here for S10, which means that bot lane is going to be very safe. Braum picked here last by Heroes of the Storm, it looks like, as we wait for their next ban. But the Trundle pick, I think, is kind of saying don't play Sejuani.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense in the grand scheme of things. And then you see the Braum picked up, and Braum Lucian is the classic strong bot lane. However, going into a Sivir Morgana, it's a little bit more painful.
Yeah.
You can still get good trades going, but with Morgana, it kind of stops the stun, and that's part of the thing, is because you get Lucian double procs autos, and helps with the Braum stun much quicker. But Morgana Black Shield immediately cancels that, and you can try and trade back for it. So, but it should be good. You catch out somebody without Morgana. That is a usually a sign of instant death.
Instant death indeed. Well, unfortunately for one team, they're not going to get their Diana. Looks like HOTS taking away Diana away from Mudkips, who is instant death still on this, what is it, 10.3 patch? No, 10.2 patch. 10.3 hasn't gone through yet, so Diana is still very strong, although that has now gone away. I don't know what that was.
I'm assuming it's still Diana.
I'm assuming it's Diana. They just didn't lock it in. As we're going to see Set, Ornn, and Mordekaiser banned away from the top lane. There go a bunch of bruising tanks. As we have some HOTS win in the chat. Let's go HOTS. It was a Diana.
Yes, it was. They did confirm it was Diana.
I kind of figured it was going to be Diana. Mudkips has been playing a little bit of Diana here and there, and Diana is annoying when you're going against it right now. Don't know what the nerf will do to it exactly, but
ooh,
that is spicy.
We see the Victor coming out.
Have seen Super Hoagie play it before.
I used to really love Victor. It was so good. But then you got champions that had so much more playmaking potential, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Syndra picked up here for Mudkips. The Victor, I think, is a little interesting because I don't know if Super Hoagie puts out consistent damage with the Victor, so that'll be something to look for here in this matchup as we wait the final pick. The Syndra, I think, is really interesting. It's kind of just if I can get to the Lucian, I'm going to press R and blow you up. And the Mundo, I'm not going to lie. Juiced by Daddy played a Mundo into Butterar Biscuits and was very annoying in that game. As somebody else has now joined us. Hello, Menbung.
I am the Menbung.
The Bung is here. We are all saved.
No, wait, no one's saved yet. This draft is still going on.
As we're going to see Big Duck Jimmy pull out the Kled for the top lane. That is our draft right here. So, Cinder, Morgana, Warwick, Syndra, and Mundo for S10. What are you thinking of that?
So, picking Kled into Mundo, it scares me. Just because Mundo puts out a surprising amount of damage early, and essentially once you get Kled dismounted, it's kind of like good luck Kled, and Kled has to kind of fight their way back once unmounted to be able to do anything, because if you step up towards the Mundo, yes, you can Q and try and go backwards, but it's not going to be enough, especially with the cleaver slow. You're just going to get run down. So it's an interesting pick.
See, I kind of disagree. I think that the Kled pick is a fantastic response to the Mundo. Mainly just because of if he lands the Q, then Mundo's going to lose that trade about 90% of the time. But yeah, to your point, if he does get dismounted, that'll be really tough. Also, you can dive a Mundo pre-6 pretty well. So if Kled wants to start tanking, get Trundle up there. So yeah. That'd be the play right there.
I've played on both sides of the matchup now, and what I will say is Kled does help, I feel like, their team comp in general, because they don't really have a go button per se. You've got Braum, Trundle, Victor just kind of walking at the enemy team. With the Kled, it kind of helps give them a little bit more of an actual engage with their comp, rather than just trying to
just trying to
kite it out. Yeah, it kind of gives them that extra engage that a Warwick, Morgana, Sivir, and a Mundo are gonna have. They're just gonna run you down. So I think it's kind of more of a team comp pick than more of a lane pick.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll say is I really like Victor currently, and into the comp of S10, which we've seen. When his Caitlyn and Aphelios are down, that he's opted into the Sivir instead of the Senna for Freedom Penguin. And Victor does really, really well against these low-range AD carries. So if Masterfan and No Not November can do their job in bot lane and just kind of survive, I think that the solo lanes of Heroes of the Storm can look to take this over come 25 minutes.
And we
Yeah,
want to
'cause
thank I Want to One's a good day for receiving the sub gift from Labyrinth. Actually, really, I guess thank Labby for giving subs to people.
Go Labby!
Go Labby for giving subs. Admin abuse indeed.
The best type of admin abuse,
The
am I right?
best type.
I don't always admin abuse, but when I do, I gift subs.
So thank you, Labby. Anyways, back to our regular scheduled programming. I'm a bit curious that HOTS didn't go with the Nautilus. Even though it is into a counter matchup with the Morgana, it is by far No Not November's best champion. So it's a little interesting to me to see them bypass that.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing, especially you even have a Syndra in here, so I mean technically can block the ultimate. I'm pretty sure. So if Syndra hits an ultimate on Lucian and you got a Braum standing in the way, I'm pretty sure it still blocks it.
For what?
For Syndra ult.
Yeah, if it's the first part of the Unbreakable, he'll block it. The subsequent ones, I believe, are like less damage, but he'll block it from the target for sure. So he can jump in front and stand behind him.
But yeah, I don't think the Braum is necessarily a bad thing. I think it's pretty lane matchup is the reason they did it, and I mean it's decent in the later game because if you can get the Braum passive onto anybody, and you can only use the Morgana Black Shield once every 5 or 6 seconds or so, or maybe more. It's a great way to try and kite out a Mundo and a Warwick that are running at you. So it's definitely not a bad pick. And into a Morgana, we'll see how the lane will go for them.
I do agree. I just have a really big soft spot, or like I'm horny for Victor or something, but I think Victor's just so good right now with the recent changes he got, like at the preseason when he basically, like when you upgrade his W augment, it gives you like a very small Rylai's and all your abilities. So like that's so good. I think what it's going to come down to is these were my top. Well, Neil wasn't in the preseason, so these are currently like my top 2 junglers in Gold Division. So gonna see how they come out. Neil on his Warwick means level 3 gank on the opposite side of the map is gonna come out, and hopefully Elliot will be able to answer that on Rihanna the Trundle.
Yeah, I feel like the jungle for the most part will just be kind of a farm matchup, and then you'll probably see the Warwick trying to prioritize the dragon early. I feel like Trundle is more of just a let's get this farm going, let's get to a point where I can get into a skirmish and either ult the Mundo or ult the Warwick, and then you just try and melt them down. But yeah, if Warwick I should have a little bit more priority early. And then in lane, Syndra is very oppressive, so if Victor early, wave clear is not the greatest, just because your laser is on a decent cooldown, and it doesn't, until you get your upgrade early, you just don't wave clear fast, whereas Syndra can just spam her Q much easier, wave clear, and pressure damage onto the Victor, so Hoagie's going to be looking to play a little bit more safe, does have the teleport, whereas Mudkips has the Ignite ready to go for more of the kill pressure in lane. And Braum did take the Ignite, which I think is going to be a lot better versus, you've got a Mundo and a Warwick who are going to be doing tons of healing.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll definitely help it out as well.
I really hope we don't see Morello Namakan come out from Victor. I think Kled just doing that and maybe an Executioners from Masterfan. That's all that we really need. Victor just needs to put out DPS. like fat deeps.
Fat deeps.
The
The fattest.
coming in.
of
Fat
deeps.
deeps.
Yeah, I'm also actually a fan of
Bob.
even just building a not first or second item, but like possibly third item Rylai's onto Victor, just because you get that AoE slow onto the team, and then you can hit your actual you can actually hit the stun as well, and your ult would be massive, especially when you're trying to kite away or if you're trying to chase after them, because then there's no escape with the amount of slows that you can put out with a Victor.
All right.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. You don't really need to get the
Yeah,
Rylai's
you
now because of the W augment change.
But it's not that much, is it?
Oh, it is.
I haven't played Victor as much recently, so
It is that time. Who do you think is going to win, S10 or HOTS?
I want HOTS to win, but I think S10's gonna win. I just like the Victor and Kled a lot, man. I really hope they win.
yeah, that's kind of it's kind of my thoughts. Because I'm a huge fan of Mundo, I'm more giving it towards S10 on this game, just based on the comps. If it goes much later in the game, I would give the advantage to HOTS, but I think S10 will take it.
What about you, Panda? Huh?
I think S10 takes it. S10 has proven that they are a very, very strong team so far, so I think they're going to have
I'll pause
the
at 10.
advantage. Yep. We're waiting to start the game so I can load in and pause at 10. Anyways.
House at 10.
Pause. And that be 10. We need to press a few buttons here. That is not what I wanted to press.
Oof.
Go back to 10. There's 10. There we go. Now we need to change some things. Hold on. There we go. Alright. I am ready in 3, 2, 1.
Boop. Boop boop be doop.
And we unlock the camera.
Alright, so we got the pings going out for the side of HOTS. That looks like they're just going to 5-man spread it. Whereas it looks like
They're gonna
S10
invade?
is actually...
Oh, they
This will
should have
be
been spotted.
this will be good for the Trundle to be there to be able to see them coming. So they're just looking to get a ward in there and then back off.
Everyone in chat, put T-Tours. That is what you need to do every time Panda does the zoom thing.
Zoom.
When you do the zoom in and out, just type T-Tours.
You know, we're also going to try this button right here.
T-Tours.
And then we're going to pull up this. And then we're going to see if this worked. And
Freedom Penguin also has the snacky skin on, so I think that's also a win. Ooh, and we got a roam in there from Master Fan and No Not November. They get the ward in there, and I don't think anybody on S10 know that they have a ward there.
That is some good intel right there for Yurion to know that Neil is starting.
Also, Labby loves you, Panda.
Oh, I know. I saw it.
Oh, he knows already.
I'm trying to do something. I don't think it's working right now, which is making me sad.
The replay?
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll find out. Maybe it just hasn't had enough time yet.
Well, yeah, probably because I haven't used that file in a while, so my computer doesn't remember where it is.
We are tied with viewers for PMA Owl. Let's do it.
Yeah, no
Get
one likes
people in
Overwatch.
here. Spread the love.
As we're just watching.
Watch League over not Bastion players.
Hey, Bastion is awesome. Don't you want a robot with a giant machine gun?
I said not Bastion players
Hey, shut
because
up.
they're probably not playing Bastion, and that's their fault.
That is their problem. Bastion is
Yeah.
Alright, so not much action going down here in this game. It's pretty safe play for now.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Wow, Labby. That's not very brotherly of you to say. Jesus Christ.
but does Overwatch League have awesome jerseys like us?
No, they don't.
Oh, they
look.
do.
Gank in the top lane.
Gank in the
Although
top.
Mundo's doing a little bit of damage. May have to flash out here. Does flash out. Can Neil
Urion's
the
gonna
steal
die.
pick up Urion? And he does! Big Dick Jimmy gets knocked off of Scarl, and then a double kill comes in for Neil the steal. Ooh, that gank turned into a disaster there. Mundo putting out a lot of damage there, and then just enough to stay alive. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we've got action going down here. Master Fan does take out Morgana and then into the stun, but a great spell shield there and a flash from Freedom Penguin to stay alive.
Oh, I love this. This is great. Keep going. Q, 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 Q.
Uno mas.
No, Jimmy is gonna flash and he's gonna pick it up. Meanwhile, we've got more action here in the mid lane. Warwick just able to escape here from the damage of the Trundle and Victor. Ooh, Freedom Penguin stepping a little bit too far forward here. Master Fan going in. Oh, the spell shield was clutch to stop the flows. Holy moly, we've got some action going down here.
Dude, okay, so let's just recap. Wait, Mundo's about to attack.
Oh, Mundo coming in on the Kled. Is he gonna do it? He's not gonna be able to get the Q. Oh, he does, but it's just not enough.
You need a heavier briefcase.
But right now, he does have to back, and so Mundo is going to be able to push this wave into the tower, denying a bunch of farm there. Mundo already ahead in farm. It's 2 assists to a kill, but... Whew.
Let's talk about this real quick. So first off, I was just about to say that Freedom Penguin and Rebels...
Oh, meanwhile, we've got Rurion ganking again here in the top lane. Juiced by Daddy is taking tower shots. Rurion's going in with getting the damage off on these Qs here. Isn't able to take anything else out.
I wouldn't expect anything. Like I feel like we said stuff in the game talking about like these two junglers ganking level top 3, and boom, it was just whoever got their second actually. Because Trundle doesn't really offer much. They got the flash out, but Warwick's Fear actually saving it right there, and then the bot lane, Freedom Penguin and Reverence, who kind of have been the premier bot lane in the Gold Division, getting almost 2v2 killed from Master Fan and No Not November. It is because of the first Blood Gold, about 400 gold difference, which is a little bit less, and then there's a little bit of CS discrepancy in the jungle and the 80 carry rolls. But this is looking really, really good right now. Looks like it's about to be like a weak side of sort of game, and I'm really enjoying it.
Honestly, the game's been pretty even, so I'm just enjoying all of the big Chad plays. We could say other words, but this is a family-friendly stream.
Yeah. Would you call them big Deoc Jimmy plays?
Yeah, splashing into the tower to secure a kill. That is some pretty Chad energy right there. Big Deoc energy.
One thing I will say is, at 4 minutes into the game, there was only 3 flashes remaining unburned.
Yep, and now it's 6 minutes in the game. The dragon does spawn in at 6 minutes.
Wow. In the top lane, we've got Jimmy going in on Mundo again. Mundo has no flash, no escape, is slowed, and
Hoagie, what are you doing mid lane?
Hit.
Oh, unfortunate.
Juiced by Daddy's just barely gonna escape that one there.
Yeah, really lucky there. Meanwhile, Neil the Steel did get the Ocean Drake. And with the cloud on the way, that means our map is either going to be Infernal or Mountain. Also, Sivir still has invisible Qs, which pisses me off.
Wait, she does?
I can't see the pizzas flying. It's unfortunate.
If you see her throw a Q, you'll just see the animation. You won't see the actual projectile.
Right in their spaghetti code. 200 years.
Oh, that was a great block there by No Not November, blocking the Morgana Q. Ooh, and the damage coming out from Master Fan is just shredding through the S10 bot lane here. Oh, and Master Fan does second! And is able to pick up Morgana.
Who is this lad? Master Fan's the maddest of lads right now, and Neil the Steel and Aruyon are in a fight.
Neil the Steel is not in a great spot here. Is level 6, so is able to ult out, gets the heal as well from Freedom Penguin, and is able to escape.
Wow, you really can't see that, actually.
Yeah, it's been like that with and Ezreal Qs, and it's very frustrating.
All right, so Neil the Steel did have a little bit of an XP advantage, so was level 6. Rurion was not. However,
Rurion's
Rurion's sticking over here.
Wait, is he really trying?
And then he blocked himself in there. So
He's like, my Krugs, mother. That's all I
Mother
can
truckers. Man, Super Hoagie.
Super Hoagie
Oh,
wisely
goodness.
came down to help out Rurion, just so there was no collapse there by the S10 bot lane even possible.
I don't think
So
you can
because
see the
I couldn't
ricochets either.
No, you can see the ricochets. That was the Q, which is why it looked like that ward was attacking both the bot laners. It was so bad. But I love the way Master Fan's playing right now. Honestly.
He's been playing out of his mind. He's had some ooh, that was close. He's had some he had a Tristana game or two, and I, being a Tristana player, was a huge fan of the cojones
Turtle
he had
plays?
on those jump-ins. They were much better than Wild Turtle plays. He was making them happen. Ooh, meanwhile, Juiced by Daddy's getting ganked up here in the top lane. Is going to have the help from Neil the Steel up here. The ult's used by the Kled, and they're just going to walk away. A few flashes, just one flash is burned by Juiced by Daddy. Juice me, Daddy. Juiced by Daddy.
It's kind of interesting interaction that the pillar doesn't stop Kled. I don't know if it's because it's a friendly pillar, but that usually doesn't make any difference. He went right through that. Aurelion just hitting 6, so he didn't have his steal the stats thing, and also we've just seen that Neil being at the right place at the right time is so incredibly important, as well as just his fear to disengage most of these fights when Juiced by Daddy is flashless and a Mundo nonetheless.
Yeah, it's nice when you've got, you know, just a Trundle on the other side. Oh, meanwhile, Jimmy's going in here. Does get dismounted, but they are going to take him, the Mundo, down in the top lane. Didn't have ult or flash available, so it was an easy engage. Meanwhile, we've got
What?
Rurion getting caught out here. Did use the ult onto the Warwick, but is still going to get taken down with the Ignite and help from Mudkips and the Morgana here as well.
That was a little aggressive.
5 health.
Yeah, I think the only unfortunate thing there is that Aurelion needs to understand that while they had an equal numbers advantage, Hoagie needs to be telling him, hey, I don't have any mana, and also the Kled had just dismounted, so that was unfortunate. So they get Rift Herald, they're down a kill, they're up 100 gold. Looks like they're going to try to use Rift Herald mid, I'm assuming, which would be really, really
Surprised
nice.
they did not actually.
Well,
Held on to it.
the key is right now is to not use Rift Herald on the first 2 plates if you can.
You wanted to execute.
You want to try to use it, yeah, to secure the turret.
Oh, the spite fight, and it goes over to Aurelion, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, he got that.
Meanwhile, top lane.
Jimmy, fight him!
Here's where it comes down. Mundo just runs you down. Oh, Mundo needs to just go back in on that. As soon as he's dismounted, that's when Mundo has the huge advantage. But it doesn't look like he has the ult at the moment.
Yeah, I find it interesting that Big Dick Jimmy didn't continue to fight when he had his Conqueror procced and he was still mounted. Doesn't matter about your cooldowns on Kled, just auto.
Yeah, because Kled should be autoing more in that situation before he gets dismounted, and then as soon as he's not, that's when Mundo has the huge advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But Kled's about to remount here. Daddy's in trouble, healing up, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, and then Warwick gets the ult and hits the Lucian, picking up that kill there. And it looks like they're going to try and turn this into another dragon. Very well played there. Waits for the dash and the flash, and then still hits the ult after that. Very well done there from Neil the Steel.
Yep, Super Hoagie can really clean up here. Oh, this is so great!
The Victor damage is coming in clutch, but you've got the trade back for Morgana and Syndra damage as well. Rurion picks up the kill onto Morgana, and then Trundle ends up going down as well. You're going to have No Not November picked up at the end. There was just too many people there for S10, and they are going to pick up the Dragon as well as a couple kills.
I mean, I agree there was too many people, but I think my question is, what was Jimmy doing with teleport and ult available?
Oh, here we go. Masterfan's going in. He's going to use the ult. Oh, he gets stopped now because Mudkips had just enough mana for that. Oh, Masterfan gets slowed and is going to get taken out here, but he picks up the kill onto Syndra in the process. What a turnaround there. Mudkips got a little greedy, turning around to try and get some damage, and gets taken out with the Q and a couple autos there from Masterfan.
Yeah, they burn. What was it, Panda?
The overcommit in chat.
The overcommit. Yeah, they burned Rift Herald mid, so they got it down to 1 plate before plates went down. They also burned the Ignite from Mudkips, which is, I guess, the reason why he went back in. Not entirely sure. And now it's, you know, the way that I had thought this game was going to go is the solo lane, but really it's just Big Dick Jimmy and then Masterfan still coming up 3, 2, and 0. A little bit down in terms of farm, but not too bad. But the jungler difference right now is fairly big, 9 to level 7. Aurelion gonna be relevant regardless, and it's gonna be harder to find pick plays, but Warwick's fear is just so dumb.
Yeah, Aurelion's going for the plays, able to take away some of the, you know, like was able to pick up the Scuttle Crab and things. Very good at contesting, but is getting a little bit over aggressive on Trundle early in this game and just not able to follow it up.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Hoagie's getting very strong, but Mudkips goes in here, lands the ult, and is able to just take out the Victor right away. Ruyan comes in, but is not able to do anything. Oh, you hit a clutch binding there from Morgana, and the ult in from Warwick is able to take out the Braum in the end, and they're gonna look to try and push it maybe? No, it looks like gonna roam back towards the mid lane just to make sure that things are safe.
A little bit too much of a bait by Hoagie, not respecting the amount of burst coming out of Mudkips. Also in the bot lane, Masterfan did dash, but Braum stand beside me did not follow that, so it was unfortunate that he was not able to move with him. That's how he gets hit by the binding there.
Yeah, caught up right there on the wall. Very nice binding.
Charge.
And they're just looking to take down the tower, but you've got Aurelion that was holding off the minion, so Neil the Steel's taken really low and is going to go down here. Mudkips looking to pick up the kill, but is not going to be able to pick up the kill just in the end. Aurelion gets the kill onto Mudkips as well, however they do lose their mid lane tower. More kills here in the bot lane. Freedom Penguin able to take out Masterfan, but you've got the Morgana being able to getting taken out here in the bot lane as well. Once again, S10 getting the towers, taking a couple of kills, losses, but they are picking up the objectives here. So they are getting gold in their pockets.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the main difference right now has to be that turret difference, you know, 2 to 0. Right there, it's about a 1.5 thousand gold lead. And then the small CS advantages that we see, again, in jungle, but this time in the ADC for the side of S10. But with these team fights coming online, you know, hopefully we see Executioners, and then maybe, I'm guessing it's a Black Cleaver out of...
Oh, the ping's coming in here towards the top lane, but Kled is just going to walk away. Knows that it's not safe to be in the river area right now. Looks like we are going to see a fight over this.
Let me say one thing I'm extremely proud about. Aurelion is known for being a Red Blazer fan, as Big Dick Jimmy accidentally places a pink ward on the opposite side. I don't think they should fight this. Lucian isn't there. You can't fight without one of your strongest members.
Yeah, S10 is just going to pick up the Rift Herald, pick up that second one. Goes onto Neil the Steel, and it looks like they're trying to fight here. Mudkips gets the stun, and the ult off onto Super Hoagie, and the flash in by Warwick. to hit the fear, and they're gonna run down Kled here to pick up 2 kills. They're gonna immediately pop this Rift Herald. They're gonna look to try and burn through this tower and possibly get through the inhib. You still got Lucian trying to back in the bot lane now, but there is nothing they can do to stop this.
Yeah, and this is one that's...
Oh, no. Braum gets hit with the Morgana Q. Pathing. Not the greatest there. Oh, then you get the stun picked up on Aurelian. Is he gonna go down? Oh, this is just turning into a one and over and over. Everybody's going in one by one and just dying. So they were able to pick up the inhib. There is the dragon up as well, which is the Infernal Dragon. So they are gonna go pick that one up, being one away from the Dragon Soul as well.
Yeah, and so it'll be one away from Dragon Soul. As you talked about, one by one, you gotta understand that this team has a press R and go button in the Sivir, and they'll just run you down.
We got the baits here. We got the baits here. Ooh. Blue buff.
Blue buff. God dang it, guys! Just let me go home. So something I see a lot is just people not understanding what the other team's win conditions are. The other team either is just going to run you down so you can't be within a screen of them for their engage. And we saw Super Hoagie pushing out a little bit too far with the rest of their team, and then them not respect.
Oh no. No, not November. Taking a bad path. Does flash to get away from the Mundo. Yeah, I think you're seeing that S10 has a very strong skirmish team, while you're looking at HOTS right now needing more of the we all need to be here. You've got, you know, just massive damage that can come in from Super Hoagie onto multiple members if you get that team fight. What I think they're more or less looking to do.
Yeah, I just think situational awareness of like, all right, we just lost Herald. We know they were just there on the top side as a 5-stack. Our ADC is bot lane. We shouldn't be in a position to fight right now. Let's try to do this. Strongest members realizing it, like clearing these wards right here when they can literally...
Oh my goodness. The damage put down onto Super Hoagie with just a Morgana binding and a pool. And that's just the support. Taking out half health.
That's kind of my point. Is it really worth Super Hoagie clearing that ward to get chunked out to where you're relieving pressure just by taking a health trade for a pink ward?
Ooh. We're getting the engage here onto Mudkips in the top lane, but Kled soars right past because he doesn't have the vision. Either way, Mudkips is going to go down here. Flashes away. Oh, but you've got the cleanup crew here. Oh, Warwick hits the ultimate onto Super Hoagie, taking out the Syndra. Master Fan is on the wrong side of this fight right now without any mana, but the follow-up is coming in here. Kled's dismounted. You've got Lucian going in, but doesn't have mana to use any skills, so
Meanwhile,
is able to just walk out.
Meanwhile, the base.
And you've got a Mundo that's split pushing on the bot side. Oh! And Sivir takes out the Kled before he can back. Oh.
Hey, HOTS, if you're watching this VOD review, Tier 1 tower is not worth your inhibitor turret or your Nexus tower and a Tier 2 bot lane tower. Just letting you know, there are sometimes when you're behind that you need to be okay with giving away certain things, and you don't necessarily need to fight for everything. These are one of those times.
Yeah, see, the biggest thing that I can see right now is you're still looking at a relatively squishy team on the side of S10. If you get a decent fight and you get, oh, looks like they're trying to engage here onto the bot lane. Not able to get anything. Oh, the slow comes in, but they're not able to get anything.
The problem right now is HOTS is still trying to fight when they're so far down currently.
Oh, the flash away by Juiced by Daddy is able to keep him alive, drawing the pressure from both Lucian and Kled. Lucian's chasing down, but is not going to be able to do anything. He's just too fast. Meanwhile, S10 is on Baron. And unless we can see a fantastic steal here from Rurian, this is going to make pushing very hard.
I think Jimmy's missed every Kleddle.
Rion does have the flash. He gets in there and it's stolen by Hoagie, who picks up 2 kills as well. Rion's still alive, but not for long. In the bot lane, Jimmy remounts and is able to take out the Mundo. What crazy plays here. Gets the steal from Super Hoagie. They're back in this game now.
Okay,
Obviously, like, they got to play a little bit smarter on their what fights they take, but that was a huge swing in their favor.
yeah, I mean, they're in the game, technically. They got one more fight like that they can go. This next dragon, I don't think they can really contest. It spawns in about 20 seconds. Both junglers and top laners will all be back up. Ultimate should be back up for everybody minus Kled. But yeah, that was a oof.
If they would have given that up, that was an easy just run it down mid lane. Both they still have all their inhibs up now. Mid inhib did respawn, so they don't have to worry about minions trying to run it down into their base. So now you've got the posturing for a fight here. You've got all 5 members from both teams, so this might determine the game here.
Yeah, I would really like to see some more magic resist on the side from anybody right now on HOTS, because this Syndra with an Oblivion Orb and Pen is just wrecking havoc.
Yeah, it's the stuns coming in from Syndra have been a clear factor in most of these skirmishes. And you've got Braum, who's very squishy, and the same thing. Ooh, wow! Hoagie once again gets hit with a Morgana binding. You've got Big Dick Jimmy going in there with his ultimate. Hardly gets anything, but you've got the damage coming out here from Hoagie. Oh, but they're just healing up through everything, and the entirety of HOTS is getting taken out here. No, not November's trying to survive, but he will not last very long. And that is a clean ace. A little bit over aggressive there by the Kled. Goes in kind of by himself. Lots of damage. Looks like it was coming out there from Super Hoagie, but the immediate turn.
Yeah, they won't be able to end. They'll get double inhibs. There's no minion waves. But I just also think, man, that is it's unfortunate. If you're the Kled, you want to get onto the Syndra or the Sivir, if possible.
Oh, they're looking to try and chase it down here. The Black Shield's coming in clutch, stops the pullback from the Kled. You're also, I mean, we just need the grievous wounds here from anybody on the side of HOTS, because you've got Juice by Daddy who just healed up to Oblivion, and the same thing with Kneel to Steel. They got a ton of damage onto both of them, but by the time the fight was over, they had healed up so much. And yeah, it looks like there is 0 grievous wounds. Lucian, Kled, somebody's got to come up with something.
I totally agree. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now you've got a team who's already does a ton of damage with Dragon Soul and 2 Infernals. It's gonna be a rough road to try and pull off a comeback. But not impossible. I've seen crazier things. Yeah, because I see that, for instance, Master Fan picked up a pickaxe. In that case, yeah, you would definitely want to pick up the
Executioner's Calling, yeah. 800 gold, 875 gold. Also, this is going to be really tough now with the Infernal Soul. The one good thing is that these guys can definitely, get the Elder Dragon, which is just a flat, stinking, dumb buff. So, if they can make this game last for 3.5 more minutes without giving up their base, yeah, there's still a chance, but they would have to find a, numbers advantage fight with Kneel to Steel not there. Kled could just ult in, and they could try to make something happen.
Honestly, they don't know this, but now is the time. There's not a Warwick there. Lots of damage going on to Juice by Daddy, but he is just going to heal this here. So they are forced back. It's a good time for it, but the great kite back from the side of S10.
Also, one thing to note. Freedom Penguin has not died. No. Them.
Oh, 11, 0, and 8 now. Oh, here comes the fight. Warwick's in there. They are just getting decimated here. Nobody is dying on the side of S10. Juice by Daddy goes in and is still able to just tank even without his ult.
Yeah,
Looks like that's going to be the game right here.
That should be game right there. We didn't even see the Big Dick Jimmy ult going on down there. But it's alright. And as the 22... Oh, but he kills himself! What is he doing for?
Freedom Penguin, no! Oh, man. I mean, even still, that was a pretty clean game there from Freedom Penguin.
Yeah. For the Quadra, duh.
Duh.
Yeah.
Of course, what was I thinking?
And Kite Crew, yeah, Cled's Q applies it, but he's not always there, and it's better to have it from multiple sources. So everyone.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you can miss the Q and
then no one
then
gets it.
Yeah, and it's only going on to one person. So, but what a pretty clean game there from S10. The whole start of the game was just back and forth. There was no clear winner after that early game and all the skirmishing. It was really good, well coordinated from both sides, especially the jugglers, because there was just so many counter ganking opportunities there within the first 5 or 6 minutes, especially. But then S10 cleaned it up a little bit, made the coordinated plays, and were able to come out on top.
Yep. But what I actually think is it's a fairly valid point. It's a tale as old as time. Songs as old as rhyme. ADCs can't win MVP, so my vote's gonna go for Neil the Steel. Oh god, I love you, Freedom Penguin. You did a really good job. You pressed R a really lot.
No, right clicked a lot.
Oh, right clicked and pressed R. Excuse me. Yeah.
Of course, yes.
But he did miss a smite on the Baron, so...
I mean...
Ooh. But did he, though? Because he was dead for it. Because he died before it went off.
So he missed the smite on the Baron.
He didn't know.
Freedom Penguin also died once, so was kind of feeding too. So
feeder into the fountain.
Yeah, if you died once, positioning error.
Positioning error feels bad, man. Died to the Victor. ADC's dying to Victor. Name a more iconic duo.
In North America, feels bad. Oh, D-lift. Oh, why? We could have won. All right, I'm gonna have a moment of silence for my brain cells that I've just lost once again. I'll make the straw poll, and then we can cut for VOD.
You're implying that we have brain cells.
What if we just imagine that we have brain cells and all that we are just a figment of our own thoughts?
You're not wrong.
I don't know if I like you right now. That was crazy. What? All right.
Alright, do you cut the stream yet?
No, we're still live.
Oh. Well.
And on that note, up.
I'm a goddess with a blaze.